Alrighty guys, Oak Powered Knight here, and I'm here with another bit of a story. And I had this whole long script worked out, and I sat here and I read it over, but then I got a drink, and I was like, you know what? I don't think it's time to do a script. I think it's time to tell one of my free-flowing stories. So as I'm sitting here with my drink, I'm thinking about this story that happened to me when I realized that my two best friends in the world were having sex with each other. Now, I've talked about this before, but I feel as if I need to elaborate on this story. So, just for purposes, we're going to name one of my friends John, and the other friend, we're going to name her Beatrice. So, John, Beatrice, and me, we've been friends since 5th grade. And since then, we been best friends. We've hung out all the time. They come over to my house, I go over to their houses, and we just hang out and talk. And Beatrice was a cool type of girl that she always played video games with, and I always never thought about any of them more than just my friends. Even for those like to call me a faggot, even the guy, yeah, I didn't think about him as more than a friend. To be clear, I'm not actually gay, but some people call me a faggot. So, but anyways, I decided, all right, I'm gonna go hang out to Beatrice's house because she said that Zach, you and John should come over and hang out. So I go over to Beatrice's house, and me and John just kind of hanging out. And she says, you know what, guys, I really miss the old days. We played hide and seek. Now, there's only one thing wrong with that statement, and that issue is we never played hide and seek. Why? Because by the time you're in 5th grade, you're starting to you're old enough to think you're old now. So, you play different things. I remember that was the first time I ended up picking up COD and playing that. I remember it was also the first time that I ended up starting to wrestle and play football. And that was when I also first learned my first form of martial arts for the MMA that I later do on, right now I do it. Listening to that last track of audio, that made absolutely no sense. But the point is I do MMA now. Now, I would suggest that we take the rest of the story with a bit of a mature warning for it. So if you're 10 years old and you have no idea what sex is, I'm not the one to be telling you. You need to go look up some good old sex videos on YouTube. That's where you learn this stuff. And B, if you don't like a bit of a grotesque, I mean I call it grotesque because they're my friends, but a bit in depth about what was going on, then don't do that. Listen. But that doesn't mean this is smut, so don't try to be getting off to it either. Alright, let's continue then. So, I was over at their house, and she suggested hide and seek. And remember, this is relatively recent. This is freshman year of high school, so I was really skeptical when I heard this. I was like, okay, what do you mean hide and seek? What's the catch? What's going on? Alright, but, she's like, no, just hide and seek, and we'll seriously do it. I was like, alright. Play along, I thought that maybe they'd be okay, just trying to, I don't know, I just thought we'd be playing a game. I'd never had any suspicions of those two before, but, now, of course, I've got huge suspicions, but, rightfully so. But, unfortunately, I decided to go along with this game. So she said, alright, Beatrice was like, alright, John, you and Zach, go hide. So we go off, and we go hide, and, being the Zach I was like, shit, I'm going in the closet, man. And I know how ironic that is, because in the closet. I'm not currently in the closet. I'm straight. I promise. Okay, I'm a little bit fruity, according to my Instagram bio, but I'm pretty straight. No, seriously though, guys, I am decently straight, but I only pretend to be gay sometimes. But, so I was just going to the closet, so I can make coming out of the closet jokes, right? Because I think I'm funny. So then I go into the closet, and I'm sitting in there, and all of a sudden she goes, hey, I hear footsteps. And I'm like, oh shit, they're going to find me. So I'm getting ready to open the door, right? And then all of a sudden, I hear John say something. I'm like, John, why is John there? It's only supposed to be Beatrice looking. I don't think John's been found yet. He went the other way. And he gets out and goes, you think he's still hiding? She goes, oh yeah, I'll be fine. Alright, we got time. And so here's the issue. Why would they invite me over if all they wanted to do is bang? I mean, they could just do it behind my back. She goes, but whatever, fine. I'm in the closet right now thinking, what the fuck is going on out there? Pull on the door, crack it open just a little bit so I can see. I was looking through the bottom just to see the bottom of their feet, and they're wearing socks. Did not want to do that. I kind of peek it open, and I realize that she has her shirt off her head, and she's just wearing a bra. And my friend, right, he's not wearing a lot of clothes. She's not wearing she's got like a skirt kind of thing on. This was during the summer, and I just see his hand go down there, and oh man, I was like, oh no, there's no way, they can't be doing this. So I'm sitting here freaking out, thinking like my last few years were a lie. They've probably been having sex for forever, but no. I'm sitting there, and I eventually go, all right, how do you handle this situation? And I was thinking, okay, maybe if I just burst out right now, save the embarrassment of watching my two closest friends in the world have sex. But then I was like, but wait a minute, how would they feel if I knew? So the second thing that came through my head is, why would they not tell me? And I realize it's probably because I just am surrounded by drama constantly, and they don't want any part of that. But still, I'd still think you want to be like, hey, just a heads up, man. I'm banging your best friend, but I'm also your friend, so it's all good. But you have to understand, for me, this is like my brother and sister banging. So I was really, really concerned for what was going through their minds at this time. But that's not the point. So she loses the bra, so now she's topless, and he's not wearing a lot of clothes. He's just wearing like boxers, I think. His hand's going under, so they start touching and feeling up, but I just hear just the breathing start. Like, I don't know if you guys ever watch porn, but when the breathing, just the deep, just the you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. That started, and I was, oh man, I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? So I'm sitting in here in the closet. I'm sitting here like, oh fuck, there's no way this is happening to me right now. But it was happening to me. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? What do I do? Do I come out? Do I physically come out of the closet and tell them, hey guys, how is it going? They're doing good? Or do I stay in the closet? I had no idea. So I just come up to them and I kind of go, alright, I'm going to try to get out of here. But then all of a sudden I hear the springing sound of the bed. You know what I'm talking about, the spring sound when you jump on the bed. I hear them get on the bed, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, they're having sex. Before I was like, maybe they wouldn't have sex, but no, they're having sex on the bed. I hear the squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. It was not a quiet bed. It was a loud ass bed, and multiple thoughts are going through my head right now. The main one is, hey, I'm sitting here, but the second one is, her mom is downstairs, and they're having sex on the bed. And I was like, John and Beatrice, what are you doing? That is a bed, and you're having sex on it, and it was squeaking, and your mom could probably hear that. And then it hit me. What if their mom knows? And that just kind of sunk in. And I was like, how long has this been going on? So I eventually decided that I needed to grow a pair. So I stood up. I pushed the door open to the closet. I walked all the way out. And they stopped mid doing the do. And, he was like hands on the board and on top. And she was like, and I just kind of walked. I put my hand up to my side of my face. I walked out. I walked downstairs. I come downstairs. I sit down in front of Beatrice's mom and goes, how much do you know? And she looks at me and goes, you walked in on them, didn't you? And this person's like my mom, or at least a friend. And I'm looking at her like, oh my God, your daughter's having sex. And you're not saying anything. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. She goes, oh, well, it's been going on since 7th grade. And I'm sitting here like, 7th fucking grade? Are you kidding me? You're telling me I've been friends with these two people, and they never let me know it was going on until 7th fucking grade. And they both have said multiple times that you're our best friend in the world, and we tell you everything. And they never told me that they were having sex until I was in 9th grade, and they weren't even going to tell me. They were just going to do it while I was there. So I've been thinking, how many times have they been having sex? What's going on? And, they walked downstairs, and her hair is all ruffled up. It's got the blonde curls going down her side of her head, and he's all, like, looking a little bit musty. His hair's messed up, and they're like, Zach, we need to talk. I'm like, no shit, we need to talk. I was really, really upset at this point. I was like, oh my God, the two people that I thought I knew the most besides my close family, they're having sex right under my nose. What else am I missing? Is there a baby? Am I a godfather? Do you need to, like, tell me? So they take me into the other room, and they're like, yeah, Zach, we've been dating for a long time. And, you know, I do, I guess, accept it. And it was, how do I put it, just the most awkward experience of my life. Realizing that two people that you thought you knew the most, I mean, holding something back since third grade. Not third grade, seventh grade. Excuse me. And I accepted that. But it is still a rather depressing thing that they never even told me. They never even thought of told me, I think. I mean, they probably were just like, why would we tell you? But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you do enjoy more. And I will see you next time.